Good morning. This is Jerry from Jerry's Garden Gifts in Rainbow, bringing you an update on the garden. Looks like we're going to have corn real soon. Lots of morning glories came up on their own. Sunflowers are starting to bloom. This is a volunteer cherry tomato plant. Maybe if we get down there, you can see those little tiny tomatoes down there doing really well. Look at this very, very tiny but very dark sunflower. Where is it at? There it is. Really a dark one. Planted white ones, but I haven't seen any of those yet. Green beans are finally climbing up the fence. This tomato plant has more tomatoes than any of the other ones. It's got about 10 on it. Over here I've planted blue corn. More sunflowers. Look how tall they are. Going to be beautiful when they all bloom. We come around the corner here. We peek between the corn. See if you can see the yellow squash down there. Will need to be picked today. And in here is where I have cucumbers. It's just the bugs eat them. I plant them. Look at this little sunflower. It's a pretty one. More corn. This is blue corn. It's going to be interesting to see it. Planted mostly for the grandbabies. They'll find it really interesting and pretty. Look at this sunflower. So pretty this morning. And my pomegranate bushes are loaded. They get ripe in August. Yeah, we can pan around here. I have planted lemon cucumbers this year again. Did not have success with them last year, but the plant themselves are doing wonderful. And last year the plants did wonderful. They bloomed like mad, but I did not get one cucumber off of them. Hopefully this year we'll get some cucumbers. Here's the back side of the garden. Down there we have beets, and the other side of the string beans, they've started to bloom. So I bet we'll have string beans in about 2 weeks, maybe 3. And I have a cucumber plant there. Something was chewing on its leaves. We'll see if I can get it to get some cucumbers without being all eaten up. And see that little green bean? Something's been chewing on it also. Well, here's the other side of the corn. So tall. Have 2 kinds of yellow corn in there. Then we come over here, and that's his Robert's Concord grape vine. Been in the ground about 15 years, and looks like we're going to have a good crop of Concord grapes. I will make jelly with them. Of course, none of the trees out, the fruit trees, they have little teeny tiny blooms on them. Nothing to film this morning. We'll come around here. Got a sunflower that's so heavy, my compost pile. This sunflower is so heavy, it's about falling over. Got a pretty showing of sunflowers on it though. Have a pretty little pink rose bush. It's actually one of the ones that survived. It's been in the ground about 18 years. Have some zucchini squash that just came up. Actually, no, correct that. This is pumpkins. I planted pumpkins everywhere. And here's another tomato plant. Has about a half a dozen tomatoes on it. Hopefully they'll be ripe in about a week or two maybe. Now this is the zucchini plant. I just picked a nice zucchini off it yesterday. And there's two that'll be ready to be picked in about 3 or 4 more days. My basil and potatoes and mint that went a little crazy. Wasn't my intention for that to happen. Lots of onions and my first experience with asparagus. Planted this. I think there's 6 or 8 plants. Did not expect them to grow so soon, but they grew within a week. We'll see if we get asparagus. The other side of the corn, you can see lots of ears of corn on there. You see those ears? Found something very strange this year though. We come over here, that corn is producing at the top of the stalk. Never seen that happen before. Yeah, lots of corn in there. We'll be harvesting corn probably a good month maybe 3 weeks. Now look at this sunflower. It has given me a showing that you just would not believe. And the bees are so happy. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It just blooms and blooms and blooms. Maybe we can get a little closer and you can spy a bee. See that bee on there? There he is. There he is. Okay. This is my spaghetti squash, and I actually just saw one down there. I didn't think there had been any. That's the spaghetti squash. First one. Some little ones in there. Pumpkins everywhere. There's a pumpkin. There's a pumpkin. But if we come all the way over here, we have the biggest one right there. Grandkids will love that. And of course, carrots. We had a great planting of carrots this year. I need to get them all out of the ground and get them canned. But look at those carrots. Aren't those beautiful? The dog loves them. She loves to eat carrots. There was something else over here I wanted to show you. My artichoke plant. This tomato plant has been in the ground for a solid year. It's doing well. One of my red onions doing well. This is a jalapeno pepper. It's been in the ground a year. I have yellow peppers, and this is a cucumber. It's oh, that's upside down. Summer cucumber it's called. Daughter loves those. More onions. This cucumber plant's doing wonderful. I don't know. See that little tiny cucumber in there? Yeah, It will be great. Very happy here. Haven't had any trouble with bugs or anything, and it is very happy here. More of that beautiful sunflower. I love them. They're so pretty. Okay, I'm trying not to move too fast, but I'm afraid I am. Spinach. Robert likes to have spinach in his eggs. And more of this. Beets. More beets. The beets are doing well. This is like second, third, fourth planting of beets. I always keep beets in the ground. You know, this came up on its own. I'm not really sure what it is. Could be a tomato. I don't recognize it. So we'll just have to wait and see. And this is Robert's rhubarb. Look at that size of that leaf. I've already made him one rhubarb pie. It's so big in here, I'm gonna have to cut it again. You can't even see the stalks of rhubarb. I've got to get in there and cut it back. And I wish I could tell you what this was. I think it's cabbage. It's starting to close, so it must be cabbage. Sweet potatoes. I am growing sweet potatoes. First time at that. Very excited about it. Let's go look at it. Already picked one artichoke. Have not cooked it yet. But let's look in here and see. There's still 3 small ones left. We'll be picking those soon and cooking them. So there's 3 in there. Oh, and a teeny tiny one down in there. Don't know if you can see it. Now here is butternut squash. I'm growing lots and lots of squash this year. Look at this butternut squash plant. Grows like 6 inches a day. And there's like 2 butternuts right there. 3rd one right there. So we'll have a lot of butternut squash. Some down in here. Look at all that butternut squash from one plant. This is a new rhubarb plant. Just planted it this year. And we have more mint. Mistakenly, I put it in the ground and it will take over. Usually I keep it in a pot. That's about all I have to show you this day. Another little tomato plant. But I do have one. I may have showed you on the last video. This is June. The sun is in my eyes, so I can't focus on this. But there are peaches. This peach tree came up from seed. And it has peaches on it. Just don't know if I can find them. There they are. Yeah, the sun is in my eyes. I can't see. Well, I'm going to close this off. Here's a tomato plant. This is called a yellow, and it only has 1 tomato. The blooms keep falling off, so I did something wrong. Don't know what I did, but it's got me very frustrated. I don't know how to fix it, so I'm punishing it. I've stopped watering it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, and gladiolas. My white rose bush is always very happy. Well, I wish I could show you a epiphylium, but I think all the blooms have gone. That's a chrysanthemum. Got that 2 years ago. Just started blooming again. Very happy with it. I'm going to... the name escapes me. Wisteria. Taken off. We trimmed it way back, but boy, is it taken off again. I actually have Let's see if we can find one epiphylium that is still blooming. There it is, the pink ones. The pink ones are gorgeous, and they bloom and bloom and bloom, but with the summer heat, they can only last one day. I had 3 yellow blooms this year, but they bloomed early and the sun took them out. Well, this is Geri signing off from Rainbow. You all have a beautiful day. Bye now.